Bonaducci, and you are watching Govs Radio. This is where you go if you want to see something or if you want to hear something funny. Coming up in just a couple minutes. This is a joke I told. What? I'm not on Gov Radio? Call the police. Call my agent.
Tony, welcome to Go.
Hey, Joe, how are you?
I gotta pat you down though, pal.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Got anything on you? Anything I should know?
I got nothing.
Anything weird going on?
What?
Alright, you go in, Tony.
Good. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Tom Kelly of The Tom Kelly Show. Yes, this is not the only time I've gotten on my knees in the back room of a comedy club.
The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show is also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. Give Two Eagles Auto Body a call and please ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. That's 516-328-2527.
Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony on the Knockem Dead Radio Show. You're gonna keep knocking them dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie.
Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, at Knockem Dead Comedy Radio.
Hey Tony, you're not funny, and you probably shit yourself a lot, and you're no fun to be with, and you don't make that much money, and you're not going anywhere in show business, and I hope you get hit by a bus.
Hello! Do it like that.
Hello!
Yeah, like that.
Hello!
Not like that.
No, that was awful.
The one you did when I wasn't.
Hello!
Okay, save it for when it's on.
Sorry.
God, you know, I turn off the microphone and you're like, gold. I turn the microphone on and I get, ah! Seriously, ready?
Hello! That was an idiot. Damn it. Hello. That was it. All right. This is the one. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
So yeah, do it like hey. All right, you ready from hey?
Hey.
Now.
Hello. Hey.
Knockem dead. Comedy show.
Hello.
Do it like that.
Okay, hi everybody. Whoops, let me fix that. Okay. Hi everybody. It is Wednesday. Welcome to the Knockem Dead Comedy Show. Coming at you live on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast, a Facebook page, YouTube channel. Wherever you're watching from, we appreciate it. And we ask that you share the link to the show on all your socials to tell everybody you know about all the great shows here at Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. This one and that one and the other one and all of them. We do have some great shows here at Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. We appreciate the support very much. We're glad you guys are here with us today. Michael's here, ladies and gentlemen. Michael is here. And Lisa is here too, but you can't see her. We just have that old shot of her because actually I'll show you.
What are you going to show?
I'm showing a photo. Well, there's a delay there. You'll see it in a second. It's a photo of what you look like. But you've done that. You do it. You've posted this picture yourself. So you'll get it once you see it. Don't worry. So Lisa had some surgery on her nose and she's all bandaged up. So that's why you're not seeing her on camera. See?
Okay, that is not me. Just so we know.
That's Lisa right there.
I like the babushka.
Yeah, I don't know if I posted that one. That one's a special one.
Well, yeah, the picture that's the same person. That's the same movie.
I know who it is.
It looks like a
yes,
woman.
I am Ricky's mom.
It looks like a woman giving birth with a bandage, a babushka, and a heavy winter coat.
That's Ricky's mom.
I beg your pardon?
That's Ricky's mom.
Yeah.
The movie Better Off Dead?
Movie Better Off Dead.
I never saw it.
You never saw Better Off Dead?
I'm sorry.
You should be punished. That's Ricky's mom. So John Cusack, Better Off Dead. That's Ricky's mom. She blows up in the movie, and that's what she ends up looking like. That's a line in the movie. That's a line in the movie. John Cusack. Gee, Ricky, I'm sorry your mom blew up. Yeah, and
now that's funny.
Oh, it's a great movie. It's a great movie. I highly recommend it.
Okay.
John Cusack and David Odkin Stiers from MASH. He's in it. And who else is in it? The guy
Ogden Stiers.
Isn't that his name? Stiers? Steers?
Steers.
Is it Steers?
Steers, yeah. I thought we enunciate properly on this program.
All right, well, then I appreciate you telling me. Romeo's watching Buckwheat and Kaplan show. It must be Wednesday. Hey, Mrs. Walker's here too. How nice, he says.
It is nice.
Romeo, calm down. All right, you got enough women.
I know.
Just take it easy. Take it easy. And it turns out, so Lisa's not staying the whole time. And then around in between 11:30 and 12, we have a gentleman who runs Massapequa Challenger Baseball. It's a special needs baseball league.
Nice.
So he's going to come in here and promote the league a little bit and talk about it. He's actually brand new. This is his first year as the president. So I've been coaching.
Is this a new league?
No. It's been around since the 80s.
Oh.
And Sammy's been playing on it since second grade.
Oh, so this is her league.
This is a league that she plays in, yeah.
The one you're talking about last
So, wow. So we're talking almost 20 years she's been playing on it.
20 years.
Holy crap. I still can't believe we have a 26-year-old daughter.
I know it.
It blows me away.
My son's going to be 35.
When?
May 24th.
Jeez. How old? 35?
35.
So he's born, what, 90?
Yeah.
Wow. How old were you in 90?
25.
Wow. You were 25 when you had your first kid?
Yeah.
Or
only kid, yeah.
25. Wow. Good morning, sir.
Time is flying.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you people?
We're great, thanks. Well, you sound like you're in a good mood.
I'm in a very good mood. Mrs. Walker is in the show today. That's wonderful. And Mr. Kaplan, but I have a question.
Sure.
For you people. Okay. What are 3 two-letter words that mean small?
What are 3 two-letter words that mean small?
Right. Michael should get this because it happens to him all the time.
Words that mean small.
Yeah,
or they all go together.
Yeah, they're separate words, or it's 3 words that make a sentence.
No, they're separate words.
And you said it happens to Mike all the time?
All the time.
Shrinkage. That's not a 2-letter word.
That's like a 9-letter
3-letter word.
A 2-letter word?
3 2-letter words?
Yes, 3 2-letter words. What's this, a hard question?
Kind of is for us,
Calm
yeah.
down. Anybody want to take a guess, or should we just have him tell us?
Have him tell us.
All right.
I don't
Mike, you want to take a guess, or you want to?
No, I'm drawing a blank.
All right, tell us.
Is it in yet? Goodbye.
All right. So they're not separate words. It's a sentence.
That's what we
That's what I asked him, and he said no.
Yes.
That son of a bitch.
I know, that's what I asked.
Right.
It's like the words all together.
Right. And it
He
happens to you all
misled
the
us.
time.
'Cause I'm thinking
He
of
did
a
mislead
2-letter
us.
word, you know.
Yeah,
I'm
but
like,
it's also a misleading sentence if you think about it. There's a lot of things you could say. Is it in yet? The gas nozzle in the gas pump.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Q-tip in the ear.
Sure.
It's not. It just doesn't have to be a sexual reference.
I don't remember anybody saying it was. You pervert.
I'm not a pervert.
Well, nobody said anything about it being sexual.
Oh, boy.
Freak.
Didn't he say 3
2-letter words?
Oh, so yet is a 3-letter
Yeah,
word.
but
So he doesn't even know what he's talking about.
Yeah, right. The
yeah.
last word is not a
it
2-letter
Romeo,
word.
that's a 3-letter word.
Is it and
yet.
it's a 4
Right,
and it's 4 words.
It
Four
should have just
words.
been.
Right.
Is
that's
it in?
what I'm like.
Is it in? Then it would have made sense, right?
Right.
Then he would have had. Well, still it was that it. But it was still a sentence. He told us it wasn't a sentence.
Right.
So it could have been. Is it in? But he still
And then
misled
leave it
us.
at that. Yeah, he should have left out the yet.
So you see, John, that's why you're just a viewer and not on the microphone. Vicky is watching. She says, "I want my $2." Very funny, very famous line. Right. Better Off Dead. She's quoting Better Off Dead
Yes,
as well.
$2.
And she
Right,
said,
that was Better
I'm
Off
gonna have to
Dead.
watch it then.
$2.
and she says, "Hey everyone, happy Wednesday." Vicky, hope you had a great birthday yesterday. I hope you celebrated well and got the sex. So happy birthday to you.
Why is it always sex, freak?
I said I hope she got the sex. All right, hang on. Our guest who's coming in is asking if it's brokerage or governors. No, it's at governors. Governors.
That would be pretty funny if he was knocking on the door over there.
Oh,
That
I
would
just realized
suck,
Someone
actually.
else
Yeah.
is coming in that's going to see this face.
What happened?
Because now
Oh.
a stranger is going to see my face.
Yeah, but you said
Like
you're
on
leaving at
the-
11:30, so you might be out of here before
Okay.
he gets here.
Well, yeah. I hear he's coming. I'm gonna...
So he's new, so you haven't seen him before. Although Sam is.
She
Right, like-
she has seen him before. She just doesn't know.
Who's coming?
I just said a few minutes ago
I
the
don't listen to you.
the new president of the Massapequa Challenger.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Is that a space shuttle?
He doesn't
Yes.
know who I am.
Yes, John admits that he screwed it up. Yeah. Well, you did. You
If he
absolutely
coached
did.
your daughter, you know him though.
I'm sorry, say again? What'd you
Oh,
say?
I might
No, I was
recognize
saying-
him, but I'm saying he probably doesn't know me, and so he's going to, or he might have seen me, but I don't know if we were.
But it's more
formally
on him.
introduced.
When a woman has a bandage on her face, they always look right.
Yes, they do.
And that is what I will say if we meet today. I would be like,
And
This is
don't
what he did to
you
me.
open your mouth again.
I have a joke.
Go ahead.
So this old man is talking to his wife, both very elderly people,
Oh.
and he says, "Oh, my dear sweetheart, my joints are so stiff."
What?
And he said, and she,
I thought he was finished. I was like, what?
No, I'm looking at your reactions. And she says, well, my dear, I think you're rolling your joints a little poorly.
Did you hear about the circus fire?
No.
It was intense.
all right. This is bad stuff.
You know what dries out your
No.
skin the most?
No.
Towels.
Oh my goodness.
You know, one time I told Lisa that she should embrace her mistakes.
Oh, she gave you a hug.
I got the best hug of my life.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's a great couples therapy joke.
What did the big flower say to the little flower?
I love your petals.
Smell good? I don't know.
Hi, bud.
Oh.
I went to buy some camouflage pants. I couldn't find any. Ugh.
Do you know?
No.
Lisa, you paying attention? I have a Dalmatian, right? You know, they're full of spots. So the dog was standing next to me, and I accidentally poured spot remover on him. I haven't found the dog in weeks.
I think you told that one already.
Oh, I did? Oh, God.
Why don't skeletons fight each other? They don't have the guts. I don't know why I'm laughing.
I don't know why you're laughing. But it does. I told this joke before we went on air. May I repeat it?
Yes.
You know, it sucks being short.
Why?
Because we're the last to know when it rains.
You should have played crickets or something.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Why do I get crickets?
There they are. You know, I was thinking about telling you guys a joke about time travel, but you guys didn't like it.
I have no idea what that means.
I was going to tell a joke about time travel, but you didn't like it, meaning I already time traveled.
Went,
and,
yeah, I get it.
And told the joke,
Can
and
I
we
get
didn't
the
like
crickets?
it. Definitely needs crickets.
Did you hear about the guy who got hit in the head with a can of soda? He was lucky it was a soft drink.
Oh, my goodness.
I think we're the only state that doesn't call it pop.
We might be.
The first time I ever went to Ohio, I
Right.
was at a carnival, and I ordered a soda.
Yeah, which you
And they-
rarely drink.
Well, it wasn't for me.
Oh.
But yeah, the girl behind behind the counters, she literally went like that.
Oh yeah.
I said a soda, and I was only 19 or 20, so I didn't know what the problem was. So I did it back to her, and she was, "What did you say?" I said a soda.
You know, Coke?
And that was the thing.
Yeah.
She went, "What?" And I said, "Coke." And then she goes, "Oh, you mean pop?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "What?"
A pop.
Yeah, pop. And then, yeah, I think you're right. We're like the only ones.
I learned it in the Army.
Why were you ordering
Jesus
soda?
Christ.
I just realized that.
Well, like I said, it wasn't for me.
Oh, right. Okay. See, again, I just don't listen to you.
Everything okay over there?
What?
Is everything okay?
Fine.
Oh, that's what I wanted to tell you. So I went to 7-Eleven this morning to get my water.
Yeah, your garbage can. I see you haven't had that in a long time.
The fire extinguisher. Yeah, I forget the fire extinguisher quite often. But I'm at 7-Eleven. I buy these waters, and I thought the cashier was you.
What?
He tells me how much it is. I hand him my money. He punches it all in, and he's waiting for the cash register to open so he can get change. But the cash register wasn't opening. So he's just standing there. He's looking at it. I'm standing. I'm waiting. All of a sudden he goes, "Come on!" Like that. I immediately thought of you. He does that all the time.
It's got to come from here, though. I think it's one of the funniest things I think Long Islanders do. You'd be driving all by yourself, and someone will cut you off, or you're going slow, and you'll just... no one's listening to you.
What?
Oh,
What? And you'll say, "Come on!"
Oh, I say a lot more than that. Yeah.
What do you mean nobody's listening
no
to
one's
you?
listening.
Well, because you're by yourself.
Oh, I see. You don't do it with the window open? I bet you do.
No, like yelling at someone?
But I'm
Like,
going to
come
disagree.
on.
You do it as a joke, but when we went to go see Romeo, you did it in the airport, and there were several people that kind of did one of these.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
And I actually laughed on purpose to let them know he's just messing around.
right.
Because you've never, nobody's ever, approached you, what'd you say? Or took you serious? Not
And
once?
Do you know how many times I've done that in public? Come on. I've been in the store with Jen. I've been in the store with other people, and I'll say it loud. I'll wait for a quiet.
Oh yeah, you were loud in the
store.
airport. Yeah.
Yeah, a quiet moment in a store, and I'll say, "Come on," and the person that I'm with will laugh, but no, not one. I'm waiting for the one person to say, "You yelling at me?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought the woman, once we were on the plane, I must have shown you the picture. Once we were on the plane, we're sitting there, in our seats in the plane waiting for takeoff. He pulls his camera out, like sets it up like he's going to take a selfie, but then goes like this.
Oh, yeah. And
so the woman behind him.
Oh, my God.
It's like he's basically taking a picture of the woman, and I'm sitting like, what the hell are you doing?
Well, I was taking a picture myself, but she was in the
shot. You're full of it. You were messing with her.
No, I was actually trying to make you laugh.
Right, by taking a picture of her.
But her face.
Well, yeah. She's like, some stranger is taking a picture of me. See, look at him laughing right now. I was like, this woman's going to kill you, and I was thinking to myself, I really don't blame her. All right, so
on.
See, and the
C is almost silent.
The C is almost silent.
Yeah, it's just like, come on. So it's almost like you're swallowing the C. It's just like, come on. There's no really C. It's not like, come on. It's like, come on.
All right.
Okay. I mean, I think you do pronounce the C more, but I hear what you're saying. But it's interesting you say that because, we're here at Governor's, and a lot of the comedians, when they're working on jokes, I've heard them talk to each other. They're back here and they're bouncing new material off each other. And I think it might be Carrie Karavis. I'm not positive, but I think it was her that actually told a comedian, C word, use words that have a good with a C where you can really, because it just sounds funnier when you have like fuckers, like
the correct enunciation,
or pick a word that has a good k sound in it, because it just has a funnier, when you say it, you're pronouncing it.
Yeah.
You're stressing it more, and it enhances your joke, which I found interesting. I never thought about stuff like that before.
Me either.
Yeah, so I thought I love hearing stuff like that.
Well, in a lot of acting classes, they would say that, but it wasn't about jokes. It was about scripts when you're enunciating a word.
Right. It's about diction.
It's about diction,
especially in theater. Yeah.
Especially Long Island theater, because we say just
coffee,
like coffee, or responders. The ERS.
Right.
We say us.
Pisser. You're a pisser.
You're a pisser. It's not a pisser.
Right.
Right. You're supposed to.
Right.
Say it properly. We should go back to the Queen's English anyway.
We should go back to the Queen's English.
Am I speaking English?
No.
Am I speaking a different language? Your cans are really falling apart there.
Yes, I know. I got new ones, but it had the wrong connection. The wrong wrong attachment.
Oh, so you couldn't get it in
yet. Ann is watching. She says, "Good morning, Tony, Magic Mike, and Lisa." Ann, good to see you. Hope you're feeling good.
Ann.
I know yesterday you had
not feeling well.
Yeah, she had a doctor's appointment. Hope everything is well. And then of course she says, "Good morning, my sunshine." And then John writes, "Hi, sweetie. Everything what? Everything went well." Everything went well yesterday, I hope. Talk to text. She says, yes, my sweets, everything went well, but it was a long day. Vicky, they call it pop-up here. Oh, they call it pop up here in Rochester, Buffalo area. Oh, really?
Wow.
I did not know that.
Neither did I.
Yeah, see, they're not very smart up there. Fremder is watching. Nice shirt. You look like the bee from the Blind Melon video. Yes, I do.
That's funny.
That is very funny. What? Jennifer says, I don't laugh. What does that mean?
Who doesn't laugh?
Jennifer. That was what she wrote. I don't laugh. Not meaning me. Her, talking, she actually wrote the word I, the letter I.
Yeah, I don't understand. I've seen her laugh.
Oh. Maybe when you do the come on, maybe she doesn't. Does she not find it funny? Does she get mad at you?
I'm gonna call her out on this one.
I'm guessing. I don't know if that's what she meant. I'm guessing.
It could be a good guess.
Yeah.
Because most of the time she does not. But
is she like, stop it? What the hell's the matter with you?
Not at all.
Jerk.
She's got a great sense of humor.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what store we were in, but I said it loud, and she looked at me and she laughed. So I'm going to call her out on it just this one time because I'm a little afraid of her.
Had there been other times where she wasn't laughing and she was like giving you the look?
She doesn't give me the look. She just gives me the look like, come on, really? No pun intended.
Romeo says, Diane did not make the show yesterday. Tony did a great job doing a solo. Thank you, pal. Appreciate it. But it's always better when Diane is here. It's always better when anybody's here.
What are you gesturing at me for?
I don't know what you're talking about. Fremder, Mike should have a shirt made up that says, sorry, I have resting dick face. I was born like that. Fremder loves picking on you.
Jesus Christ. Resting dick face.
And watched the show on replay yesterday. Thank you.
Lisa, you got to have my back on that one. That's rough.
I know.
Oh, I was right. Yeah, Jennifer says, yeah, when you do the come on thing in public, I roll my eyes, she says.
She does. She rolls her, yes. In fact, when she rolls her eyes so hard, I hear it.
Yeah,
it's funny. And that's what... See, the thing is, if she laughed, I would probably stop doing it. See, I'm trying to evoke laughter.
He's a very strange individual.
Am I strange? You've known me a long time, Mrs. Walker.
Answer the question.
I don't think he's strange.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
See, she's pretty intuitive.
Fucking oddball. Fremder says, I only pick on you if I like you. That's what he just said.
Oh, well, I like him too.
That's very nice
I
of
think
Fremder.
he's very funny.
That's very nice of Fremder.
Did you see what did you see what I did there? I said, I think he's very funny.
Oh, I didn't realize this is what you did.
No.
Go pick up this book. Oh, and there's a picture of Fremder on the back.
Oh.
There he is.
What is the
He
name
wrote
of
a
that
book?
This book is called Ink Blots.
Oh.
A Poet's Perception. Illustrated by Andrew Fremder. It's written by Jeff Oliver. Illustrated by Andrew Fremder. Yeah, and Fremder is an artist. He's a musician and a freak. Yeah, so go pick up Ink Blots.
Does he belch quite often?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And the other end,
you're very
too.
gassy.
I've always been this way my whole life. I've always
It's
been a gassy
mostly from
guy.
the other end. I like it better when he burps. And it's the smell will drive anybody out of the room.
I know
you want a
gas-
clear room.
I know
Farts
gassy
are
people.
hilarious.
I'm almost
It's
jealous.
bad.
When,
Like
there's a
beefcake.
few people in my life that I know. I can't say their names because I don't have their permission. But they let out these guttural belches.
Oh, that
and
that
I'm
I
like,
can't.
Wow, I'm jealous.
In the how many years have I been doing this? 7 years I've been doing this show. I have never had Sal in here. I've been begging him, and he won't do it. But nobody burps like that man. Have you ever heard it?
No.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Nobody burps like Sal. It
comes from his toes?
Yes. It is not of this world. I guarantee you've never heard anything like it. And I've been begging him, can we do this? Like, I want to video him. Can we, like, get in line somewhere at a busy store or something and just let one rip? And he'll do it. We just never done it. But I want to get him in here and just let him. We used to, when he was in the murder mystery shows, there were a few times we would actually, like, if we were, like, we had some driving to do to come home after the show, we would actually stop at 7-Eleven so he can, like, drink some grape soda or something.
Bicarbonate?
And then just, like, he would just be belching all the way home.
A bicarbonate?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Yes.
You know what a bicarbonate is?
It's got the bubbles and whatnot to give you the ability to burp. Not like that.
No, that's a weak one.
That was so weak. It wasn't even worth acknowledging. Hey, you know what today is?
It's Wednesday. It's
Wednesday.
another reason why, at the beginning of your program, today's Wednesday.
Right.
Doesn't everybody know
April
it's Wednesday?
16th.
Wednesday, April 16th. It is today. It is my mother's birthday.
80th
Is it?
birthday.
So I'm going to show some pictures of my mother celebrating. So there's the first one. There's the first picture of my mother celebrating her birthday. I got to leave
birthday.
I got to leave it up for a second for
Mama Walker.
Yep, for Lisa to see it.
Yeah, because I'm not going over there to see it.
Oh, well, true, yeah. Let's see. Wow,
Well, won't I eventually see it?
Yes.
Even if you take it down, won't it?
Oh, I did. I took it down already. There it is.
Oh my
There
goodness.
she is celebrating
But
her
it says
birthday.
100.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
that's how old she is. Here's another
Well, I
picture.
already just said it's her.
You look just like her, especially around the eyes.
Yes, that's right.
And
There's another shot of her celebrating. I have a few shots of her celebrating, and of course, it's all with drinks in her hand.
Is she watching right now?
Probably. She is probably watching right now.
that's pretty cool. She watches from work.
I know.
Well, she's not working
busy.
today. She took off
Oh,
for her
that's right.
birthday.
Oh, for her birthday.
And I believe she's off the rest of the week. So yeah, these are all pictures of my mother celebrating her birthday.
So it looks like she combs her hair with an egg beater. That's an old Phyllis Diller joke. Jesus, wow, went way right over your head.
No, I got it. It just didn't make me laugh. That's one of my favorites.
Do you know, I don't think I've ever seen you give anyone the finger. Has he done it?
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah,
either.
I don't think.
Really?
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know
No,
if I've ever
because
seen
there's
you give the
different ways
finger.
of different ways of doing it. You do it the right way. The whole finger.
Yeah,
you
a
gotta
lot of
get the
people
whole-
do that.
Oh, no,
They do
I got
this.
the whole
Yeah, I can't even do it.
I think the young people do it this way, right?
I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, then in England they go like it's a backwards peace sign, but then you got to kind of go up.
Oh yeah.
That's
Oh, I
in
didn't know
England.
that.
Yeah, that's the
Oh.
equivalent of the middle finger in England.
So you do this.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Good to know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't.
I don't. Well, you're not a big cursor. Either am I. Yeah.
I can be.
Once in a while, yeah.
And I don't. I'm trying to think. Oh, this guy's in the parking lot. All right, let me. Shit. All right, let me. You guys want to hold the fort, or you want me to put a video on?
I'm gonna exit because I.
Oh, you're leaving?
I don't want
All
him
right.
to see me like this.
Okay. You want? So you want to talk to the people yourself?
I'll talk to the.
All right, you talk to the people. I'm gonna go retrieve this guy.
Goodbye. I'm gonna go take my bandage off now.
You get to go take your bandage off.
Well, I'm gonna go, prepare. I'm gonna wait till 11:45, but I don't want.
11:45. All right, so I'm gonna fill in the gap with some jokes.
Okay, sounds good.
I tried to calm my friend. Bye, Lisa. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
I tried to calm my friend down, but he blew up in my face. Literally, he spit his drink everywhere. Not very funny. My anger issues are like Wi-Fi. Great signal one moment, disconnected the next. I threw a temper tantrum once. It didn't go far, so I had to go pick it up. I don't get that one. I got so angry, my heart said, I'm skipping beats. Don't test me. People say I bottle up my anger. I prefer to call it aging like fine wine. How about I try something different, huh? You know what? Everyone should be happy. It drives people crazy. All right. I don't get that one. Okay. I think I'm dying here on the vine.
Have a seat right there.
How are you?
How are you? Mike, that's Jason.
As my daughter was walking out the door to go on her first date, in my best grumpy old tough guy dad voice, I growled, I want her home before midnight. The boy she was going with stopped dead in his tracks, turned slowly around with his wide eyes and replied, but you already own her home.
I have a feeling I should never leave Mike alone again. All right, hang on. Let me...
Michael, what's your name? Jason, nice to meet you.
Jason is here. Give me 2 seconds, Jason. I was just in the middle of showing some pictures. It is my mother's 80th birthday today. So I was showing some pictures, and that's on a 30-second delay. But now this picture, I was showing some other pictures. Obviously, was not my mother. This really is my mother. Look at her gambling.
Oh.
She's a degenerate gambler. And look at the concentration on her face.
Oh.
I've never seen, I don't think she's ever concentrated like that, except when she gambles.
She's locked in.
She really is. So there's another shot. That's me and my brother there.
Wow.
And look how thrilled she is. Doesn't she look thrilled? This picture's taken in the 70s. You know, it's got the clear plastic on the sofa. That's because she used to beat us so bad that she could just, clean the blood off the clear plastic.
It's a great sound, isn't it, sitting on those old plastic?
See, there she is concentrating on the gambling. Yeah.
That's a nice picture of her.
What, the gambling picture?
Yeah. It is. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah, she looks thrilled.
She's thrilled.
Look at the two coconuts next to me.
There's a lot of love in that picture.
There's no hand holding or anything. Don't touch me.
Yeah, absolutely right. Yeah.
I like your little saddle shoes.
All right, let
You
me.
have such a cute romper on, Tony.
Oh, excuse me, a cute what?
Romper overalls. Oh, there she is.
There she is. Yeah.
She looks good there.
What, are you kidding? Okay. All right, let me get Jason on the camera here, and then we'll be good to go. Let's see. So happy birthday. My mother turns 80 today. Me and my brother were going to have lunch with her, but she won't remember because she's senile, but at least we went.
What?
I have no idea. Okay, let me just fix this. Hang on. Bear with me a second. We're live, so... okay, I got to do that. Let me get rid of this. Sorry, give me a second. Okay.
So how are you today, Jason? We'll
great.
fill in the gap while
We're good. We're good.
Oh,
We're all
okay.
set.
There we go.
Okay, so Jason, Was? How do you say the last? Was.
Yep.
Jason Was.
W-A-S?
W-A-S-S. It's a little bit,
okay.
A little bit tricky growing up with that one, yeah.
What nationality is that? I've never heard that name before.
German. The name's German. My dad's side, and my mom was more of Italian. But there's a bunch of stuff going on. I don't really know for sure.
So you're like most of us. We're all
exactly
Lions 57.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah. I heard Ancestry's going out of business, so I can't even take them up on that.
Is that true?
I think so. I think they filed something last week. I'm not 100% sure. So I forget. I don't know. I half listen to the news.
It makes sense though. It makes sense because half the time, like I get just last week, I got an email. Tony, we found a match. It was my son.
Yeah, I know.
Like I get like cousins and stuff like that. I know.
I did Ancestry. You're right. It gives you the lamest little tidbits.
Yeah, it's nothing.
Lame.
I know too much of my family right now, so I'm, if there's any way to go backwards and, give some of it back, that's rid of them too. We could do that.
That's funny.
Okay. Happy birthday to your mom, says Ann. Thank you. Let's see. Combs your hair with an egg beater. That might be the funniest thing I've ever heard Mike say.
Who said that?
Fremda says that. And Vicky says Frank hasn't changed since he was on the couch. Fremda, he's a joke. Here's a joke Mike would like, but Tony didn't laugh last time I told it because he only laughs based on who his guest is. I don't know what he's talking about. My Mexican friend can never find where he parks. His name is Carlos. Awful. All right. So, all right. I have to warn all of our guests. We have a guy who watches. I've been doing this show for 7 years. This guy's been watching right from the beginning, which is why I have to warn everybody. His jokes are the worst. And the reason I'm telling you that, because he just wrote Jason, W-A-S-S, Jason was here. I'm sure you've never heard that before.
Have you heard that one before?
That's a good one. I'll use that one. I'll use that one for sure.
Jason was here.
Chris Thomas was matched with a third cousin who was black.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I was matched with black third cousins as the whitest person. It was interesting. Oh, okay. I'm not surprised with you, Chris, and your family. Bunch of wackos. All right, so Jason is here to talk about the Massapequa Challenger Baseball League. You got a chat. Well, no pun intended. You got a challenge ahead of you. This is your first year running the Massapequa Challenger.
Yep. Can I ask a question first?
Of course you can.
If you don't mind me asking, how did you obtain this position? If you don't mind me asking.
We drew straws, and I had this. Honestly, I'm excited about it. Yes, big shoes to fill in. Al Freeze, who started the program in 1991, I believe.
Wow.
He's been running it straight through since 1991. So Al was the former president of Massapequa Coast Little League. He started the Challenger program, became very involved in that. 34 years. He came up to me probably a year and a half ago or so to see if it was something that I'd be interested in.
How long ago
with.
did you say?
Probably about a year and a half ago. He because all of last year I kind of shadowed Al, just because I didn't even know where to begin. Right? It was just one of those things. Obviously, I enjoy it. I enjoy the baseball side. I got involved when my son, started playing, and he was asking, who might be interested. We started talking about it, and I came down a few times, and I just love the program, to be quite honest with you. I think it's an amazing opportunity to get involved, to give joy to this community, which I'm learning more and more about. Hence how Tony and I started kind of talking, and honestly, I think it's great for everybody. My son volunteers in the program now. He's 10 years old, right? So there's not a whole heck of a lot of opportunities for him to actually do something where it's tangible and meaningful. Sure. So, for me, and, he was shy the first day. He did it last year. He was 9 years old at the time. And I didn't expect much. And by the second or third week, he started connecting, and some of the players in the program started coming up. Oh, he's been talking about Danny all week. And it just totally, my perspective on it even went way bigger than I ever thought. I thought, hey, I can help out. I can be down there. I've worked with kids for a long time. I've done, some stuff in this space before, but this was like a whole nother opportunity, in my opinion, to get more of the community, more of the baseball players that are focused constantly on high level baseball. Right? Taking it too seriously. Yes. And there's a million jokes we can make about that. Parents, the umps, the coaches, and I'm one of the coaches, by the way. So I am putting a target on my back for sure. But for them to have an opportunity to see how much joy that Challenger baseball brings to the players, right? Who come with all sorts of, backgrounds, special needs. It's they love being there. They just love being there, and they love interacting with the baseball players, the volunteers, the coaches. It's the best hours of the week, for
especially
sure.
When you do compare it to, the typical Little League, the politics, the parents.
Exactly.
After experiencing that, then to go over to this, and you see, guys from other team. The other team giving you a high five when you get a hit. To see the smiles on their faces just for reaching first base, it really, you can't compare.
That is nice.
Yeah. Oh, it's so rewarding.
That's got to be so beautiful to watch.
Yeah, totally rewarding.
It's the best because everybody's genuinely appreciative to be out there.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, it gives perspective, I think, for everybody. And to see these athletes go out there and compete no matter what their restrictions are.
Right.
You can't beat it. It's the best time of the week for me.
I bet it is.
And that's the beauty of Challenger, and not to knock any other special needs organizations, but Challenger was the first one that I saw where they even have wheelchair baseball. So you have volunteers, or buddies as they call them. If you're in a wheelchair, you'll probably hit it off a tee. They might pitch to you, but then the person, is wheeling you as fast as they can to the first base. And, so, it's stuff like that, especially guys who are at a level where they kind of understand that, things aren't the same for them as they are for most people. So to see how hard they're trying, because it's really the only place where they can really do these things.
Yeah.
It's rewarding is the only word that I can really think of. And it's
actually amazing.
It doesn't get old either. It doesn't get old.
Sure.
It's just I was trying to figure out before you got here. I mean, my daughter's 26, and I think she started I think it was first or second grade. So we're around 20 years somewhere.
20 years doing
which
it.
I just can't believe.
That's incredible. Yeah. And like I say, you were talking about, we had I think 3 or 4 wheelchairs this weekend. This was kind of our soft opening weekend. This past Sunday, it was a little chilly. It rained all weekend. I think we got the best weather of the weekend. Sunday afternoon, we made it work. But yeah, we had, a couple of those. One of my favorite, Danielle, I call her Speed Demon. She's out there, in the wheelchair, and she's out there having a great time, and she's always there, and her parents are there with her, and enjoying the time, and met so many great people. And then some are coaching with us, some are just there, spectating and clapping and doing all that, and it's great. We get the local schools involved for, the kids that need to do volunteer work. We have some of our travel team players that are coming down now, and we're adding, I know for my travel team that we're kind of requiring service to be part of it, right? Like just to keep perspective in what we're doing. So we've done a couple different things, but this is something where they can come down on a weekly basis and really and it's a great reminder. I bring it up during my practices. If they're being a little, I don't know,
cocky.
Mad at themselves. Cocky's a great word. Yeah, just not understanding it. It's like to bring it back to that perspective and say, hey guys, come on down here on Sundays.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to show you there's some athletes down here. They'll never be able to do what you can do right now. Right? Ever in their entire life. No matter how hard they try, no matter how hard they put the work in, they're never going to be able to do what you can do right this second.
Yeah.
And that's where I want you to sit there and go, all right, I dropped the ball. All right, I'm going to get back up, and we're going to move on. And we're going to figure out how to correct this. The athletes that we get to work with on Sundays, they're gonna be happy. No matter what those outcomes are, they're really there to enjoy it and be a part of it. And they're having catches and they're running around, and sometimes they want to kick the ball instead of throw the ball, or they want to run around and play tag a little bit. And it's great. And we have different levels. So we have from a non-competitive division where it's basically one-on-one, right? Every volunteer is with a player, that, and we go all the way up to travel teams. So we have players, right? And Tony's involved in our travel team. They go to other towns, and we play other challenger divisions.
Oh, wow.
And I mean they hit a couple out of the park. It's amazing.
I was going to ask you if you were blown away the first time you saw those
100%.
guys.
Yeah.
The most advanced team, the travel team. We actually have 2 travel teams, an A team and a B team. But the A team, I would put up any local softball team league against these guys. These guys are unbelievable. And like you said, like Jason said, they play other
and love it.
And they play other. For us locally, East Meadow actually is probably our
East Meadow's strong. Yeah,
they're probably our strongest.
Suffolk County put a nice team together last year.
Okay,
so I think Central Suffolk put something together that was really good.
Mm-hmm.
There's not as many teams as there are for the 10-year-old travel organizations, but there's a few organizations out there that are putting these teams together. We're excited. We're trying to get a game against the one of the Massapequa softball teams.
Oh, nice.
So they'll come in, either the varsity or the JV will come in. We'll play that on like a Friday night.
Wow.
We've challenged the Town of Oyster Bay administrative team. So they're currently trying to hire new people as ringers, with softball background or baseball background, to try to figure out how they can beat us.
Yeah,
but we're going to do that in June. So it's great, and I really have to give a lot of credit to the Town of Oyster Bay.
They've always been very supportive.
Supervisor Saladino, and just they come down, they're out there helping us out, and what they've done just for the fields, alone.
Yes.
Number one, they were, Commissioner Pinto and They worked on the fields, making sure that we were ready to go on Sunday. But they've put in turf fields specifically under the guise of, hey, this is for Challenger. This is a Challenger field first.
Right.
So, we have turf fields so that we can have, wheelchair, because as you can imagine, soft grass is not going to work for, if we have wheelchairs or, certain, I think it just creates a little bit more of a level playing field for the kids that might be uneasy on their feet or something like that. So the town of Oyster Bay has been probably the most unbelievable partner in this whole situation in making sure, and they're a big fan of.
Where is it based out of?
So we do ours Sunday afternoons 3 p.m. at John Burns Park in Massapequa.
Okay.
But we have players that come from all over. Right, they're traveling. Yeah, they're traveling in, and it's great to see everybody out there, and really trying to. The community in general. It's you're not going to be able to just pull from a small area, in order to create these size teams and get some, some scale to it where you can actually play some games against each other.
There's no age because there's no age restrictions.
No, out
26, right?
Yeah, they're so Little League and one of the better things that they did. It used to be an 18 and under program, and they I think they saw the need for this type of programming.
Yeah.
So they have extended it. So it's basically from 5 years old up. Nice. So we have lifetime members, in our program, and that's what I think it makes it unique. It also makes it really exciting because they come down, and I think everybody's there for the right reasons.
I was trying to pull pictures, but it's not letting me. Oh, because you could purchase the prints. I see.
Oh, right, yes.
So well, I was trying to pull some pictures to show you guys, but it wasn't letting me. Oh well. If anybody who's familiar with Burns Park in Massapequa, then it's just one of the best parks in Nassau County, and the fields are just, and they got a great soccer field. They have basketball courts. It's just an amazing park, and they do concerts there during the summer. It's the town of Oyster Bay has done a super job, very supportive. It's just. Really, there's just nothing like it. And I personally, I get a kick out of watching the higher level guy. I get a kick out of watching it all. But the higher functioning players, again, it's just watching. Yeah, it's like watching a real competitive game, and they're into it. I think it was 2 years ago. We played our game. We were done. I don't remember why, but we weren't playing at the same time. So the competitive was about to start, and their umpire didn't show up. So they're like. They asked me, "You're done. Come up this game." I know a lot of these guys. Between Challenger and PAL, I know a lot of these guys. So I was not. I was not wearing these for the game, and I.
Oh, so you got heckled as an umpire?
Yeah,
I like that.
I wasn't.
Come on, Blue.
Yeah,
come on, Blue.
And I had to stand
Get off your knees.
I had to stand behind the pitcher because I didn't have any gear, so I had to stand behind the pitcher. And I think some of my calls weren't because I was asking people afterwards because a lot of the players were coming. Tony, what the? All right. And one kid, the only time I got mad, one kid, and I was right. There was the play was there was a kid on second. The batter hits the ball. The shortstop gets it, throws to third. The third baseman steps on the bag and then throws to first. I'm like, all right, well, he's safe. There was no force.
Tag play. Yeah.
So I'm trying to explain that to the shortstop, who I know. I won't say his name, obviously, but he's he thinks he's a hot shot, and he's like, oh, you fucked it up, and I said, whoa, hey, oh. I said. I said, watch the mouth. And as he's walking away from me, he did it again. Well, you fucked it up. And that was the only time I yelled. I said, you curse me one more time. I said, I'll throw you out of here.
Oh, yeah. We threw him out of a game. We're gonna have the first ejection in Challenger history. I love it. At the hands of Tony. I like it.
And I asked the coaches after, because I know these guys. So I was like, was it that bad? And there was one kid who I'm friends with, I called out. He was looking at strike three, and he was so upset, and I felt awful. So I asked the coaches after. I said, was it that bad? And all they said was, well, you were consistent.
Oh, you were
Okay.
consistently bad.
Yeah, exactly.
You were consistently bad. I
So
like that.
Swing at the bad ones because he's going to call a strike. Basically, is what they. But yeah, they're intense. But I love it. I love that stuff. And yeah, it's just a super program. What? All right. Well, first off, how did it go on Sunday? I wasn't there.
It was like I said. It was a little chilly. You know,
Yeah.
it's always a little hectic, and this was not just the first day. It was my first day.
That's why I'm asking.
Right? So it was a little chaotic. You know, just trying to get everything ready.
Yeah.
You know, we're trying to get everybody's registration in, get everybody on the right teams, the right field. So there's definitely some more logistics that are going to go into it as we go. I think it'll get easier as each week goes. But
Yeah.
we found an amazing sponsor for new jerseys. So we're starting to have more and more local businesses and people come out of the woodwork and say, hey, I want to get involved in this, right?
Yeah,
so
right.
to be able to we keep our registration fees basically
right,
next
yeah.
to nothing.
It's $15.
It's and the reason we do that
2 months of playing, uniforms, beautiful fields, opening day parade. I mean, there's a concession stand.
We do a
It's
barbecue,
wonderful.
we do all that, and that's because of the
$15.
amazing support we get from local sponsorships in the community, and Massapequa Coast leads that because they fund it, right? Massapequa Coast Little League funds Challenger. Okay, what we've started to do is actually now start getting some sponsorships together, and we're looking for more. But I have to talk a little bit about this jersey sponsorship that we just have. I feel like I'm opening up the can a little bit early, right? But I think this is the place to do it. We went to Embassy Diner, and they are sponsoring the jerseys for us. We got these brand new, beautiful
That's a great
jerseys,
diner, yeah.
right? I think they were on TV this morning. Actually, they're very very patriotic. They
They got the patriotic stuff all over the place.
They've got all the decorations all over the place.
Yeah.
But this was the best. They really want to make the players feel special. So on game days, after game days, if they come in wearing their jersey, free meal for the players. That's
Really?
Embassy
Wow.
Diner, free meal just because they want to support Challenger baseball.
Is that a new thing?
That's a brand
I was
going
gonna
to
say, I never heard this before.
I'm telling you it right now for the first time.
Nice.
So
An exclusive.
Yeah,
Wow,
so
that's great.
Gus at Embassy Diner,
Yeah.
he's excited about it. We've got the logo on the jerseys. And if they wear that jersey into Embassy Diner on game days, they're going to get a free meal.
I have a little
really
piece
cool.
of information about Gus.
Yeah.
I know Gus because Gus used to own the Oakney East Diner in Islip for many, many years. So him and his son own this one now.
Yep.
And if you go there, I don't know if I ever told you this story. This will be great for the kids.
If you tell Gus we know you, you get thrown out.
Yes.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
But he's got his diners are always busy.
Yep.
And he's the guy that throws the cookies like Frisbees.
Ah, yes. Okay.
So you know all about it.
I haven't seen it. I did hear about this, but
It's
yeah.
hilarious. The first time it happened to me years, a cookie went flying by my
cookie
shoulder.
hit you in the
Boing,
head.
boing, boing, boing. So I'm like, what the? And I just
Love it.
was at Embassy Diner a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I was there
and
this
I ran
weekend,
into
yeah.
him and I was talking to him.
Yep.
And he says he still does it. So I'm sure.
That's awesome.
So
That's
maybe
awesome.
mention
Yeah,
it to the
we're
kid-
really
mention
excited. Really excited to that.
Yeah.
Just once again, bringing, making the community feel special, giving them opportunities, to be the center, right? To be
Right.
Yeah.
to be the star,
Yep.
right? That's what this is about.
Absolutely.
So to find partners like that are excited about what we're doing, I think is it's really what it's all about. For sure.
That's fantastic. And shout out to Embassy Diner. They are great. They
are great.
They do a lot for a lot of different organizations, and they do actually. We have WFAN's Peter Schwartz. He's you hear him a lot with Boomer and Geo. But he does a show in here Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1:00, and one of his sponsors on the show is the Embassy Diner. Sometimes they throw some free food in here.
There you go.
When we're in here.
There you go. Awesome.
So don't have a bad word
They
to
don't
say
throw
about
cookies.
that place. They don't throw the cookies, no.
Yeah. That's
But
what
I'm
he's
all right.
known
I'm
for.
all right with cookies being thrown at me.
Oh, me too.
I mean, that's where that's how it happens. So that's fantastic. The Massapequa Challenger, it's just fantastic. And what I really love about these programs too is, I mean, some of the guys will walk out of there if they, well, at least on the competitive level, they'll feel it if they lost, you know. But usually by the time they get to the parking lot, they're okay. It's forgotten about. It's really all about the social aspect. The special needs community, it's a big community, but it's a small community at the same time, and you cross paths a lot with a lot of the same people at various programs. And you develop friendships, and because it's hard for these guys to make friends, because a lot of them are, in their whatever school they go to, they go all through school with the same guys, because they're all in the same class. So they're meeting, friends from a lot of special needs programs, like you have, Massapequa Challenger, you have East Meadow, PAL, every town has its own PAL, but the special needs division of PAL is county-wide. So again, you're meeting people from other places, so they develop friendships and they hang out outside of these sports. Mm-hmm. The parents become friends. And even if they're not, when you don't develop friendships, but you might even, like I just had a kid who I've been coaching at Challenger, in between 5 and 10 years, closer to 10, and he just joined the basketball last year. So you hear, you're making friendships, but you're also, you'll hear a lot of parents exchanging info about a particular program or government supplemented programs. And so it's just, there's just so many great things that you get out of these things. It's amazing.
Yeah, and what we're seeing too is that now, especially for our first timers, they're talking to their classmates about it.
Right.
So now they're coming down and kind of doing that. So we're trying to really get that outreach out there, right? I know we spoke about, getting involved on the PAL side, right? Like, maybe someone who's playing basketball wants to start playing baseball and vice versa, right? So just really opening that up and making sure we're also talking to a bunch of organizations. Tony, you know them better than I do. I'm getting to know them now, but organizations that might, have support services for, families with children with special needs. This gives an opportunity for them to come down and maybe interact in a more social setting and, give out their information and, figure out how maybe the two, they can work with these families.
Sure.
So these are all kind of part of the projects that we're trying to work on, is really just, like Tony said, just build that social network of it, in real life, So, getting out there and meeting everybody. And I always find, Tony put on some seminars recently, and just, there's a lot of services that families just don't know about. Right. So, to put those, to kind of meet everybody up and link those and give them opportunity to kind of find out and see what works for them. And then I think the biggest benefit is what you said, Tony, right? Is just making friends, meeting friends, having those social interactions, right? Getting an opportunity to be out there and have fun, smile, meet new people. That's big time.
It's, I think a perfect example that I can give of, people are making friendships. They're hanging out outside of this thing. But one of the best examples I can give is there's even here. I think they travel around, but here in Nassau County, and I know some of them are a part of Challenger. There's a special needs band, and they play out at bars and stuff. They're called Long Island Mayhem. In fact, one of the fathers is a coach with Massapequa, with East Meadow Challenger. And to me, that just sums it up right there. That these guys can form a band, and they're decent. They're a decent band, but it's just fun to go to. So that to me, that just kind of sums it up of where these guys can go.
Yeah,
with it.
You hit on something. Like, how do you get the word out to parents of special needs kids?
We're still trying to figure that out, right? I mean, obviously, working with school districts and in the communities, trying to
hit the SEPTA meetings.
Exactly, SEPTA meetings, really trying to figure out what organizations are best to connect with that can get this word out as much as possible. Massapequa puts on resource fairs through SEPTA. That is a great opportunity to kind of get some information out there. So I think there's just opportunities like that exist that, once again, I'm still learning about, being new to this, just trying to figure out, where we could do that. Nassau BOCES, the BOCES on, what's that? Carmen's Road.
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
something
yeah.
like that. That's close, close to us. So that's one that hopefully we
Right.
can get in and
One in
give some
Westbury,
more
too.
information. Yeah. So the more we can get the word out and invite people to come down, the better.
Especially for the parents of the younger guys.
Yeah, they might not know about it.
They don't know about a lot of services. So these guys are hitting the resource fairs. They're hitting the SEPTA meetings because they're just so hungry for info.
Yeah.
Where the old guys like me, I've been through it already. So I kind of I don't want to say settled, but we're not going as crazy because it's not new anymore. There's no. I mean, there's no playbook, and when you're going through some stuff with kids,
there is no playbook,
and you don't know. I remember, oh man, for years my son would be doing homework, and I didn't know a damn thing about ADHD and how it worked. Because your son's even older, but we were part of that generation where all this stuff was kind of new. Or the I don't know, maybe not new, but definitely the population was growing of special needs. And we didn't know. We just didn't know. And for years, my son would be doing his homework, but he would need to do it standing up. And I'm like, sit down. And And it took me a few years to realize, like, why am I telling him to sit down? If that's if that's how he needs to do his homework, then fucking stand. Who cares?
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
don't know why. Yeah. And then for a long time, too, he wasn't making eye contact when I'm trying to explain, so I thought he wasn't listening. Listen to me. Hey, over here.
Same here.
Like,
yes.
all right, no, he is listening. He's just not looking at me because it's special needs. It's a different world. It's not what we expect. So it.
And
so
like
we
you
had
said,
to. It was a
there's
learning
textbook.
curve. No textbook.
No textbook.
No, there was nobody grabbing and say, "Hey, look, this is what you have to do." This, so you get hungry for the. And even now, I think still parents. When somebody, somebody gets pregnant, then they're like, all right, let me research in case it's special needs. Like, unless they have a family member already in it, like you're not prepared, man. So they're looking for info anywhere they can get it.
Yeah.
And I know, we've had conversations, about bringing some other organizations, just one or two, to the Challenger Games. Just so while you're there, this organization's here. Let me see what they got, which I think is a great idea.
Yeah.
But hitting the resource fairs, or several SEPTAs throw them, and they're always just mobbed because people they're just so hungry for info. So it's a great thing. Always looking for volunteers or sponsorships or anything that can help. The official opening day is next Sunday, the 27th.
We'll do the parade. We'll do the parade and everything that day. Yeah. So come on down if you want to.
Yeah, why not, man?
Hang out.
Got a concession stand. You can watch some baseball.
That's right.
Maybe even help out if you want. So it's just, and the whole season's only 8 weeks.
Right.
So it's just a great. 8 weeks in the spring, and then do it again in the fall.
We'll do the fall again. Yeah,
Oh,
so
you
it's
do it
great.
in the
Yeah, so
fall
we'll take off the summer. A little hot, all that type of stuff.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
Come back again in the fall, do another, 6 or 8 week season, depending on what it is. So, it ends up being a good amount of games for them to
Now,
come down
let me
to.
ask you something. Is there a level of competition involved?
Like I said, we have 3 different divisions. So
is there first place, second place? Because you wouldn't want the kids to feel
right. Yeah,
less
I mean,
than.
Right? Tony could probably sit
of that.
Could probably explain the travel side of it. I mean, I think they do a season, but I don't think there's any culmination game or anything that's going on there. I mean, I think it's about playing the games at that point. But we go all the way down to what we call our single A division, right? These are non-competitive T-ball essentially, right? And this is a varying degree of disabilities. And once again, I think to me the real excitement is getting them out there and doing it. This is just the medium that we're using.
On that level, it's the same. It's pretty much the same 2 teams every week that are with Massapequa, and they just play. And it's and then you have, like I said, the A and the B competitive teams. They're the only ones that travel and play other towns.
I see.
Although everybody else is just
everybody else stays at Burns. Stays at Burns. We have our double A. They play against each other. That's more of like a coach pitch situation.
Right.
So they're getting a little help. There's a few buddies out on the field helping. With that. By the time you get out to travel, I mean, we're playing ball.
Oh yeah, you play balls and strikes, and 3 outs. Keeping score, the whole works.
And they're pitching to them. So it's a full on game at that point. But we do a lot of practices with the travel team, on Sundays, and then they'll go and have different games at different times. But so yes, there's a varying degree of competition as far as levels go. But we're not sitting there trying to keep standings and all that. This is more, once again, getting out there, getting the exercise, working on this craft. And like I said, they just love being out there.
What's great about what both of you guys do is, and I'm sure both of you can remember the first time you stepped on a baseball field as a player.
Oh, sure.
So for these kids to be at home plate with a bat in their hands,
yes,
it must be quite a feeling for them.
I'll tell you from a personal standpoint, because Sammy started. I think it was first or second grade, so she was around 6, 7, 8 at the most. Not knowing a damn thing about the game.
Yeah.
And now, here we are all these years later. She's been on the B travel team. I don't know, 3, 4, 5 years at this point.
Wow.
And players come and go. She's our number one pitcher. Which, us guys, what better feeling is that? She just struck that guy out. That's my girl right there.
That's it.
There's not a better feeling.
So maybe there's a little more competition than I to believe. Maybe it just might be Tony. I don't know.
Come on, you're not feeling it when your kid is playing?
Yeah.
Oh, no. You don't want to put me. But they could make you could do a whole nother podcast about what I'm doing. But it's a tough environment out there to coach because there is a lot of competition. I'm out there, doing travel. I mean, we've played a dozen games already. It's mid-April, and we played 10 games in March as a travel organization. We went traveling. We went down to South Carolina. We went to an indoor tournament in Jersey. We're going to Jersey this weekend.
Wow.
I mean, we're playing that high
this
level.
Weekend?
This weekend.
It's Easter.
Saturday, 1-day tournament.
Oh my goodness!
This is what it's about. Wow. This is what it is.
Yeah, see, it's different with the kids now, man. It's not like we didn't have like that intense travel team shit going on. We were kids. It's intense now.
No.
Yeah, man. Is this attached to the Little League World Series?
Yeah. This team, the team that I coach, will be playing Williamsport. This is our first Williamsport year. This is our 10U Williamsport year. So Williamsport lasts for 3 summers. So
wasn't it Massapequa that just?
So
they made the finals
a couple years ago. We went to Williamsport, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
The next year, my nephew was on that team. Made it to regionals, which was on ESPN. So he played 3 games on ESPN. Right,
Massapequa was lit up. I mean, even the All American had signs up. It was awesome.
We were down there. That was pretty exciting. They set up watch parties down at the park.
Right. Yeah.
And had these like. I don't even know. I'm probably not. I don't think I'm exaggerating at all. It was like a 20-foot.
No, it was in Burns Park.
Gigantic.
Yeah, I was living in Massapequa at the time. Yeah,
and everybody brought their lawn chairs, and it was a great time. We've got some pretty solid history at Massapequa. It's a great little. I mean, you got to give a lot of credit to Craig Garland and the Massapequa Coast Little League. What that's become. It's one of the stronger, little leagues. We're not losing players like a lot of other little leagues. We're, and a lot of times saying, hey, we can't get too big here. So we're just under 1,000 players.
Holy
in
moly!
Little League.
Wow,
so it's
1,000 players.
Yeah, so it's a great thing. So it's absolutely an honor to be one of the coaches for the travel program, and so
1,000 players.
And I'm shocked to hear that, man.
That's a lot of kids. That's a lot of kids.
Oh yeah, that's there's a lot going on. That's why if you go to Burns this week, it's a little light, but you come down to Burns Park any night during the week. Snack stands open. We've got scoreboard operators. There's umps coming and going. There's 4 or 5 games going on at the same time, all different ages, levels. And but that majors field with the scoreboard where our travel team plays, our Challenger travel team plays out of, right? That's used a lot.
They even have announcers now batting. Number 12, Michael Kaplan.
Really?
Oh yeah. Oh, it's great. It's such a great park, man.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. The whole atmosphere. I mean, what I say, and this has nothing to do with Challenger, but for me as dad, someone who grew up relatively locally. I grew up in Farmingdale, and it was still probably that last generation where you got home from school, did your homework real quick, and then you disappeared until the streetlights came on.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't.
I didn't stop to do the homework.
Right, well, yeah. Right, you stopped, told somebody you did your homework.
Yes, exactly.
And then you went out and played, right? You scraped your knee, you did all that different stuff, and it just doesn't exist the same way.
Yeah.
And we have a great. I love my neighborhood. I love the community. The closest thing for me right now that I'll let my son do. He's 10 years old. Go down to Burns. I don't have to keep constant eye on him. He can I know where he's gonna be. His friends are down. We don't make plans. People are down there. He's watching his friend's game. Someone else is watching a game. They go play a wiffle ball game. They do that. To me, that's the closest thing we can get to, that
pretty
old thing.
Close.
So for me,
nothing better than that.
So
man.
Nothing
for us, and we're so fortunate in the Massapequa community to have that ability to do that. Where there's, and like I said, is it great that our dinner is chicken fingers from the snack stand 3 nights a week? Probably not. But
Totally
we'll
worth
take
it.
We'll take it. It's worth it. They're
Totally
getting
worth
that social aspect because
right.
I'll tell you, when I work with kids and there was a big, COVID did a number on, the social, emotional thing. And, we're still kind of going through it. So, to give that degree of normalcy, a little bit of independence. But, I always say it's funny, I'm like, I got plenty of eyes down there, because I'm always at the ball field. So I know a lot of the coaches, know a lot of the families that are down there.
Yep.
So, somebody sees, my kid doing something that, it's like, and same thing, I saw one, he was riding his bike and he looked a little, I was like, hey, you need a ride home? You need something like that? I call it, talk to his mom. Oh yeah, I'm good. Okay, that's fine.
Nice.
And his mom called me. He's like, this is the first time we let him ride his bike to Burns Park, so we were a little nervous. So it's so great to have the community aspect in that. Massapequa is phenomenal from that standpoint.
There's nothing better than that feeling of community and looking out for each other. Massapequa is like that.
And that's what we're trying to do, right? Yeah. That's what Challengers is all about, right? We come down Sunday. It's that larger community, right? And I think people feel, hey, I belong here, right? And that's really cool. And to be able to, and the parks have, like I said, have been great. Everybody knows, you're not getting on a field during Challenger time. This is is reserved for Challenger. This is when we're doing.
Never
we
had a
open
problem.
the snack stand. Like like I said, we have announcers sometimes, scoreboard operators. This is for Challenger. So this community is all coming together. So to be able to have that opportunity where these kids can come down and they're the center. They're the center of the universe as far as we're concerned during that time. So to me, it's really special. When our travel ball players come down, and believe me, they're the ones getting announced every day, and they're the ones, looking up their stats and all that other stuff. When they have to be the helpers, and they got there's something to that. And I've gotten a lot of feedback from the players that I've had come down there, the families. That was amazing. We'll do it every week.
Nice.
Right? My niece just got involved, this week. She helped me out, and she had a great time. And she was very helpful. And I think it's a perspective thing, right? Because it's tough being a 8th grader, a 9th grader, a 10th grader now, the social pressures, the feel, the peer pressure. And so to come down there and just sort of understand it from a different standpoint.
I've always said that these guys that are playing, they want the same things that everybody else wants. They want to be included. They want to be accepted. They want to score a run, or get a point, whatever. They want the same things, and this gives it to them. Speaking of giving a ride home, there's a comment here. Tony offered me a ride home once, and I haven't left Governor's basement since. Somebody help me.
Is this the same guy?
No, that's actually a different guy.
All right,
that's not the fronty guy.
No, that's not Fremder. No, okay. But that's actually Nick. He hosts a show here called Primal Scream, which you will see tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow night. You're on, Nick, right? He's a very strange individual, so that's why he wrote that. But did you know? All right, this might be a weird question, and I may have told you this already. You're familiar with the band Twisted Sister, right?
Sure, Dee Snider, yeah.
Dee Snider. Now, do you know why I'm bringing that up?
He's a Long Island guy,
Okay.
I believe, but I do not know why.
You don't know why I'm bringing
I
that
do
up.
not know.
Yeah, you did tell me.
I did tell you.
Yes.
Well, who's the coach of the A travel team?
Mark Snyder.
It's Dee's brother.
Look at that. See how this? So we're gonna have 2 bands at the barbecue.
Yeah.
We're gonna have Mayhem. The Mayhem.
Now you're
come,
talking. Yeah.
But I think Twisted Sister should open for Mayhem.
Absolutely
That's the
right.
way that should work.
In my 20 years there, I have never seen Dee Snyder, so I don't know. I don't know if this is
Oh, you don't
public
know if
information or I don't know if
yeah.
they speak.
It
I
is
don't
now.
know. But, well, yeah, I don't care. I don't care. So.
All right, Mark, let's go. We
That's
gotta
right.
figure this out. I'm gonna order the showmobile down to the showmobile.
Yeah.
See if we can get them on the showmobile. The Town of Boys
That
Play
would be
showmobile.
awesome. That's another thing about. Yeah, I think I may have said that before, but they have great concerts there.
Yeah, unbelievable.
I mean, it's like all of Massapequa goes to these concerts. They have like these free concerts in the park down there. If you don't get there, you have to get there like 4:00 in the afternoon to get a parking spot.
Oh yeah, no,
And then-
don't try to park close.
Yeah, forget it.
Oh.
There's like 2 blocks away is a King Cullen shopping center. You see that parking lot is mobbed. People all over the streets like trying to get into this, especially when Del Judas plays.
Oh, yeah.
Forget it.
Yeah.
That's great.
And I used to, Mike's an old friend, so I used to get there early and watch sound check and hang out. But yeah, I'd get there, and it's summertime, so I'd get there 4 in the afternoon, and then I'm like, my whole body is sunburned by the time I go home. But it was worth it. Paula Marie says, "So happy to be here today." Well, we're so happy you're here too, Paula. Thanks for watching, whoever you are. I don't know if that's connection to any of you guys. Paula Marie. No? Okay.
Paula Marie.
Paula Marie.
Sorry?
Paula
Paula
Marie.
Oh, Paula Marie. One word. One name.
Not Paul and Marie.
Right, not
Yeah,
Paul
I
and
thought you
Marie.
said
No.
Paul and Marie.
Right, that's why I
Like
turned
the
to you and
Donnie
said Paula
I thought
Marie.
you meant like the Donnie and Marie show.
Nothing like that.
Now we have 3 acts coming today.
Yeah, it's not the Donnie and Marie show.
All right, so MasspeakWithChallenger.com.
MasspeakWithChallenger.com.
Go check it out. And to be fair, if you're not in the Massapequa area, there's Plainview Challenger. There's East Meadow. There's I think Roslyn.
Possibly, I know. Like I said, we had Suffolk come out last.
Right,
I
no,
know
there's
had
Suffolk
some
ones.
Comac players on that
Right,
team.
Comac. Blue Point has one out there. Is Comac still cooking?
I think it was Central Suffolk is what they called it last year, but I might be off. It might be based out of Comac.
Maybe. Yeah, they used Lindenhurst was around for. I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe they
But
merged
also,
or something. Yeah.
obviously your organization, Tony, the PAL Special Needs Unit is Nassau wide, so and there's a lot of different sports offerings, and I know you guys started a T-ball recently out of Farmingdale. I know a bunch of coaches were excited about that. Hope that's going well. So
we're starting May 3rd, I think it is. We're starting.
Great.
Or whatever that Sunday is.
Yep.
But I told them
May the 4th. It's Star Wars Day, I think.
What
That's
did
right.
What
There
did
you go.
Luke say? What did Luke say to his wife when they started having marital trouble? May divorce be with you.
May divorce be with you. Don't give my wife any more ideas. Okay, I don't need,
Big Star Wars fan?
Definitely not a Star Wars fan, but a big divorce fan. Just the idea. It's enthralling to her. It's like,
So
wait,
she's
how
like,
does that work again?
Another baseball
Way too
league?
many
Yeah,
questions.
go.
Well, it's
go.
either that or, she watches a lot of murder documentaries. You know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff. Every time I walk in, there's like a murder show.
She got a pen and a paper,
I'm
like
yeah,
notes.
It's insane. Like, it used to be cooking shows. It's not cooking shows. It's murder shows. She's got a little cookbook, So I get nervous sometimes, but they always catch the spouse. That's what I found out. So I feel a little bit safer. They always catch the spouse.
We have about 10 minutes left. When we're off.
Yeah,
I got a good story for you.
All right.
Okay. Oh, Paula Marie is John Rusciello's sister-in-law. Sorry, Paula. Yeah, she's all mad. We forgot who she is. Sorry.
I won't forget you, Paula.
Right. And speaking of baseball, I have some baseball stories that I was working on today. Anybody catch this, the Red Sox and Blue Jays? What happened last night in their game?
No.
I'd never seen this before. The sound system, had this weird feedback noise. They actually had to stop the game for it was only like a minute, but they actually had to stop play for a minute because it was like almost like a big feedback sound. coming through their speakers, and you see people in the crowds are like this. The batter, I think it was a Toronto player, was up, but he stepped out of the box and he's going like this to the ump, and so they all just kind of stood and waited.
Was this in the Dome up in Toronto?
I think so. Don't hold me to it, but I think let me see if I even have that here. Bottom of the second. Oh, I'm sorry, it wasn't the Blue Jays. It was Red Sox and the Rays. Okay. Rays outfielder Jake Mangum stepped up to the plate, but instead of hearing his walk-up music, he heard the feedback.
Well, they're playing. They're not playing in their regular stadium. Right. The roof flew off of their stadium during the hurricane, and so I don't know where they're playing. I guess they haven't worked out the kinks yet.
No. They're playing temporarily at the George M. Steinbrenner Field.
Oh, they're playing down at Yankee.
Right. Yeah,
well, that's very surprising. Yeah, that's a beautiful field.
But I'm just surprised being it's not one of their fields. Wow, I had no idea.
No, they were because it's probably one of the bigger ones. That's one. Of the,
well,
I think
their spring training is their stadium.
Say again.
Their spring training is their stadium.
The Yankees.
Oh, I see. Right. Okay, that probably.
Got torn
and
up.
Same thing with the A's, right? Aren't they playing?
They're playing in like a
Sacramento. I think.
Yeah, but it's not a major league field.
No.
People sitting in their lawn chairs watching the games. It's crazy.
Good times.
And then also last night the Atlanta Braves. Did you see this with the? You know how you have the announcers. But then there's always the one, field reporter that's walking around interviewing people. Yeah. So the Atlanta Braves field reporter Wiley Ballard, that's an Atlanta name.
Oh yeah,
Wiley Ballard.
Wiley Ballard.
So apparently during the game, he's walking around talking to different people. He starts talking to these. I saw the clip. He's talking to a couple of hotties, 2 girls, 2 blondes.
Hot Mike.
Well, he starts talking to them, and the guys in the booth, they started challenging him. They're like, why don't you ask them for their numbers? Sure enough, they didn't turn the mic off. He's like, they're telling me I should get your numbers. So can I get your numbers? And the girls wouldn't give it.
Oh, they didn't turn the mic off. That's funny.
It was completely awkward.
Wow.
This guy is asking for their numbers, and they did say no, but he did apparently go back at some point and said, I got the numbers. We're good. But yeah,
I don't know. I think that sounds fishy to me.
And he even said at one point, he goes, I should have thought about this years ago. I'm walking over the mic.
Yeah.
I could have asked girls for their numbers years ago. But I'm like, no, that's kind of creepy. But
a little creepy.
I just thought that was funny.
It's a new world. It's a new world. When online dating first came out, that was creepy, and now everybody meets that way. So it's a new world for sure.
I don't know how they do it.
I might walk around with a microphone.
I know.
Just start talking to people.
You go on TikTok. There's so many people on there right now with microphones, just asking random questions.
Yes.
And some of them are kind of raunchy, but
it's amazing to me what people do. It's crazy. All right. I think it's just about.
I have a comment. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we got about 5 minutes. So go ahead. Yeah.
What I like about what you and Tony do is. I'm a veteran, and I try once in a while. I try to get a homeless vet off the streets.
Sure.
Because I don't know if you know this. There's over 30,000 in the country that are homeless. But so many people have concentrated on national politics. What can we do nationally? So that what I like is what the 3 of us are doing is what can we do for Long Island?
Yeah.
Because it all starts in our own backyards. And so I wanted.
First off, thank you for your service.
That's a massive thank you.
And
massive undertaking.
Obviously, that's a whole nother show, right? Trying to solve some of these issues. But yeah, when you can serve your community, the surrounding community, the larger Long Island community, I think it's really, really important. I'll take this opportunity to piggyback off of another great cause that we got involved with recently. I work up at Long Island Lutheran Middle School and High School.
Oh, okay.
They do a meal packing event yearly in March, and they bring in the trucks. They bring in and then you actually create like a little mini factory in the gym. Mm-hmm. This is like a 3 or 4 day ordeal. It takes about a day to set that up, and then those meals get brought to local food pantries and things like that. Mm-hmm. And once again, we were able to get 100 Massapequa families. Like we had the whole family, right, come up and pack meals for
Nice.
2 hours, packed over 2,000 pounds of meals. And, you know, once again, the reason I tell the story is the joy that people are getting out of helping, right?
Oh, yeah.
Being
Absolutely.
right? Like you're, you know, obviously you have an attachment, you know, being a veteran yourself, you know, you have an understanding, a deeper understanding than I ever will, et cetera. And, you know, but, you know, the goodwill, you know, and helping someone out, right? And the feeling that you get from doing that, it's real, and it makes you want to do it more.
Yes.
And that's and when you talk about all the national politics and all the blaming and all the pointing, finger pointing,
right.
it's the exact opposite, right? And we need to do more of that. And you know, and then like I said, someone, whether it's one of us or someone out there, is going to get inspired by what you're doing, and now that's where the domino. That's the domino effect.
Right,
that we
exactly.
wanna have,
Like you know, like I mentioned before. I mean, the joy on a child's face when they're holding a bat the first time at home plate.
Yeah.
It's got to be awe-inspiring.
Yeah.
For them.
Oh, absolutely.
and
Let
the
them
people
throw
that
a
give-
ball at you as hard as they can and hit you in the face. That'll get them smiling. Okay, trust me. Like, you know, like you're like, oh, I don't know if they can do it, and then boom,
boom.
Trust me, that'll get them a smile too. So
I got you. That's
running around the
funny.
bases, no,
Oh, I'm
totally,
sure
yeah,
there's
all
some
of it.
shenanigans
Yeah,
going
it's
on.
great.
Yeah.
It's great. Fantastic.
That's great.
Very impressed what you do, Jason.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You as well.
And thank you, pal. Same to you. And it's true. I mean, because you forget.
You forget what's really important that we're
Right, but it's
in
a
our
good
backyard.
and it's a good reminder because then because you watch all these clowns on TV with the politics and you realize who's really doing something, who's not, what's really important, what's not. You know
exactly.
But yeah, so again, matchspeakwithchallenger.com. Thank you, Jason. This was
Thank you,
great
guys.
today.
Really
Thank you, pal.
appreciate you having me. Thank
Absolutely.
you guys so
Anytime.
much.
Anytime.
Oh, appreciate it.
All right, it is time for us to get out of here. So what do we got going on? Today is Wednesday. Here at the station here, Gov's Comedy Club Podcast, we have Circling the Drain tonight at 7. What is the matter with you? Circling the Drain tonight at 7. And that's it for today. Coffee with the Dog tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. I'll be back here tomorrow. My guests tomorrow are musicians John Billings and Rich Dart. They are in Mickey Dolenz' backing band. So we're going to talk to them tomorrow. And like I mentioned, Primal Scream at Nick Greystone. That's tomorrow night at 9, I believe. 8 or 9. I think it's 9. So, yeah, Gov's Comedy Club Podcast on Facebook and YouTube. And, of course, don't forget Governor's Comedy Clubs. All the great clubs. McGuire's in Bohemia, the Brokerage in Belmore, and, of course, Governor's here in Levittown, the main stage and the Giggle Room. Some of the comedians you'll see on the Governor's stage this weekend: Eric Eaton, Mike Keegan, Tyler Noble, Hugh Van Well, Carla Okeson, Eric Tartaglione, Welly Jackson, Nico White, and Friday night at the Brokerage, they have a late show. It's an open mic. So if you like to see these comedians trying new stuff, go check out the open mic. I love the open mics. A lot of great guys, talented people jumping up there. And, of course, don't forget Knockem Dead Comedy. Go to knockemdeadcomedy.com. Get our full schedule of comedy shows that we have coming up, such as April 26th in Freehold, May 8th in Boston. Let's see. Trying to think of public shows. June 6th will be in Hicksville. So there you go. That's a nice local public show for you. KnockemDeadComedy.com. Go to govs.com. Check out their full schedule. Make some reservations to some great comedy shows. And that will do it. We are getting out of here. Everybody enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. I'll show a picture one more time. There's my mother. Happy birthday. She is 186 today. So happy birthday to her.
She's aging well.
Right. All right. Everybody enjoy your day. What?
Picture with you and your brother. Oh, my God.
See, I'm actually meeting her for lunch. She's going to kill me.
Yeah.
But she can't catch me, so forget it. Even with me with one leg, I can still run faster. So, all right. We'll see you guys tomorrow. See you later.